Okay, we're gonna make just a short tutorial of how a contractor will use water in their paint. This is a stain. I'm redoing this job that the contractor tried to get away with. Somebody did. I don't know who it is, but they left their sign in the yard, and it was pretty shoddy. So this right here, I just painted this about 2 hours ago, I guess. All right, it looks fair, right? One coat. I was using this paint right here that was left by the contractor. Now this is a Sherwin-Williams product that is supposed to be a solid. Very plain and simple. Well, I was under the impression that there was a few gallons left over. The contractor just didn't show back up to finish the job, yada, yada, yada. Well, I show up, probably expecting to buy a little bit more paint, and find 3 containers filled with that liquid stuff. And right off the bat, I'm like, I don't know, this ain't right. I'm looking for a brush. Here, I'll get another brush and show you. And they painted a lot of this house. I think they tried to do this whole house with 4 gallons of this paint. Here, we'll use this brush just to give y'all an example. I think my wife's using the brush I was using earlier, or maybe it's over here actually. Yeah, this is it. Okay, yeah. So check this out. This is the brush that I use to paint this over here. And I kind of figured something was wrong. You know, a solid should not be that liquidy, in my opinion. I mean, I've done staining. I work with Sherwin-Williams products. So even when you put the brush in there, see, it holds some of the color, but it just doesn't hold all the color. And so you're like, that's your first kind of hint. All right, so we'll go to the spot that is unstained. For the most part, it was stained, but like 20 years ago. I came and power washed this place, cleaned it all up, and then I was booked too far out to do the staining, so the customer went ahead and found somebody else that had less work than I did. And so, okay, so this is the stuff that this contractor left here. This is a gated neighborhood, so the guy couldn't get back in without permission from the owner. So he left his ladders and some other stuff here. He has since tried, the customer only just recently got back in contact with him. He went pretty much MIA for like 2 weeks or a week and a half or something. Didn't get back with the lady, nothing. And so just blew her off completely. So she already got a hold of me in that meantime and asked if I had any time to come out here and finish his crap. And so I was like, well, I'll try to make it happen. So this is me making it happen. So just to give you a brief. All right, let's do this. So you see, it stains it. All right, it's doing something. Second coat up there. Okay, so now this is, I'm going to show you a comparison here briefly. I mean, if you really kind of smear this in there and really try to get this in there decently, I mean, you could really spread this thin. And from what I could see here, it was spread pretty thin. I mean, yeah, that's just way unacceptable. That is just absolutely insane. So this is the one that I just painted just now. And this is the side that I painted about 2 hours ago, like I said. And if you look back at a distance, it doesn't look bad, you know, to the untrained eye. Okay, so now we have this pole, not painted, stained, whatever you want to call. This is how it's supposed to look. This is non-tainted, you could say. This is Sherwin-Williams, same as that. It's just in a 5-gallon bucket. Same code, same everything. This is supposed to be the same exact stain. Now, this is a different brush. I don't want to cross. It's a different brush. Look at just the difference of how the color holds in the brush a lot deeper. See? Big comparison there. So we'll just give a little dab. And you could see how much, look at that. Look how much thicker that is, right? Like if you put some up the wall here and see how it's just, it's draining down, but man, this is like almost paint, this is a stain, but it's a solid compared to what the contractor guy was using. Look at that. That's just wild. Okay, so now we're gonna paint this pole. And this was just one brush. We'll try to paint the whole thing if we want to kind of spread it out, right? Try to really get it in there. Look, and we're going to try to spread it thin, let's just say we're really trying to spread it thin. Okay, so now, you see, this is how that looks. It looks pretty, looks good. Looks nice and even, all good. Now you look at this. It just doesn't look like the color is the same, but it didn't cover, it just penetrated, right, into the wood. There's all those little marks and blemishes into the smaller fine detail, right? The little bitty tiny cracks. When I look over here, with the correct product, you don't see that. And like I said, this is a stain, but it's a solid stain. So you could consider it just a paint, I get it. But so the guy was also telling the lady that he's going to warranty the product. So now he's not just cutting the material, but he's also offering a warranty. You can't warranty a product that you've altered. So, I mean, it would just a straight up, dishonest. Very dishonest. It's just so sad to see this type of work. Yeah. And so this is what we were left with. She was like, oh, there's still about 3 gallons or, 3 containers left over there by the contractor. And so this is another one he's been using. Even more liquidier. Looks like he'll dab his brush in that one and then like, oh, it's too thick, and then rinse it a little thinner. And then he had this one right here. And that one's pretty thin, it stinks. So all 3 cans are different colors. They're a different shade, just lightly. You could tell the different, how much water he added to each one of them, to the mixture. That compared to what it was supposed to be. This is stuff that I bought this morning. I've already used all this to paint the back of the house. This is just the leftover. Look at that. Totally different. Okay, well, that's my spill. We've got to repaint a lot of this house, sadly, because of someone not wanting to do a proper job and just take this poor lady's money and not, you know, hold up to his word. Not even just holding up to his word, but cutting a product. That's just low. You know what I mean? Like, at least charge the customer the right amount and then use that money to pay for the right product that they wanted. Don't short the customer the product. And then what happens in, you know, 2-3 years from now, when, you know, all this stain that they did is starting to fade and starting to come off, you know, and not look as good, they're gonna be like, oh, well, where's my warranty? And they're not gonna ever get a hold of them people again. No way. They'll be gone. And then they'll be like, oh, well, Sherwin-Williams sucks. It's their product. Why'd their product fade in 3 years? Yeah, well, just do your research. That's all I'm saying, people.